The man used to be an elite secret agent, but on his way home one day, he's subjected to a humiliating confrontation. To keep his true identity hidden, Jack chooses to swallow his pride. The other man, however, only grows bolder, deliberately ramming his car into Jack, then turning around and accusing him of staging the collision for an insurance scam. With security cameras everywhere and neighbors gathering to watch, Jack has no choice but to bite his tongue once again. But the heavy-set man refuses to let it go, storming over, grabbing Jack by the collar, hurling abuse, and eventually knocking him to the ground. Even then, Jack doesn't fight back. He knows every move he makes is being watched around the clock. The moment his true abilities are exposed, the peaceful life he's built will be over for good. The quiet, ordinary existence Jack now leads was bought at an enormous cost. While most soldiers retire through proper discharge paperwork, he forced his own release by holding his commanding officer at gunpoint. His real identity can never come to light, because Jack was once a North Korean intelligence operative who defected, later secretly recruited by South Korean intelligence. He served as a double agent on 5 separate occasions, carried out 17 top-secret infiltration missions into North Korea, and even personally planned and led an assassination attempt against the country's supreme leader. To this day, multiple governments are still quietly hunting for him. And yet this same man now lives as nothing more than an ordinary bank employee. Having lost his wife early, Jack has raised his daughter, Minji, now a high school junior, on his own. Without a mother's presence growing up, the distance between father and daughter has only widened over the years, to the point that Jack has no idea his daughter has been suffering relentless bullying at school. It started simply because his clothes were always washed together with hers, leaving a lingering scent that the ringleader Wirui and her 2 friends mock relentlessly, even humiliating her in the school bathroom. Fortunately, Minji's birthday is coming up soon. With help from his co-worker Shanya, Jack steals himself and buys an upscale jacket worth $500,000 as a birthday gift. Back home, he quietly hides it in a drawer, planning a surprise for the big day. What he could never imagine is the horror about to befall his daughter. He tries to start a conversation with Minji, but she stays cold and unresponsive. Only after he presses repeatedly does she finally speak, and her first request is simply that they stop washing their clothes together from now on. Assuming she's simply growing up and wanting more privacy, Jack agrees without question. Back in her room, Minji quietly scrolls through Wirui's social media, envying her vibrant, colorful life, and feeling a quiet crush on a boy named Namhoon who appears in several of Wirui's photos. The next day in gym class, Minji discovers her workout clothes have been thrown in the trash by Wirui and her friends. Just as she's about to head to class in her school uniform instead, Namhoon, the boy she's secretly liked for a while, offers her his own jacket to wear, his name clearly stitched on it. The gesture sends Wirui into a fury, and she resolves to torment Minji even more viciously. While his daughter's disaster looms, Jack is out drinking with 2 old friends. The 3 of them made a pact long ago. No matter how busy life gets, they'd always set aside one day a year to reunite. All 3 are legendary figures with blood on their hands, now quietly living ordinary lives under hidden identities. Jinja, the most devoted father among them, even has his daughter's photo printed on his shirt. As the 3 of them chat, a group of thugs at a nearby table gets into an altercation with the bar owner, who'd simply reminded them smoking wasn't allowed indoors. The thugs respond with a torrent of abuse. None of the other patrons dare speak up, all keeping their heads down, except Jinja, who keeps